We doing a
No,
poll.
okay.
Yeah. Now we're live. I was like, wait, why is it not shut? What'd you say?
I said we haven't been on video in a minute.
Right. Are you used to it? Is it weird?
I should have treated this like a red carpet or something. I should have got clean shaven and all that type of stuff.
We should I don't know. I think this was a good reason to go live though.
I mean, definitely very much so, because Heavenly Delusion has been really down a rabbit hole.
Oh my God. I haven't. Let me see. When's the last time you had a show snatch you up like this?
Like this. Because this snatched me up for different reasons. Like, because I want to say, did Chainsaw Man snatch me up like this? No, not like yes, it did. Yes, it did. Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, because you ended up reading the manga.
Yeah. So yes, this did snatch me up. But like for different, like I read Chainsaw Man once through, and then started to read it the second time, and I kind of fell short, and it's just left it alone ever since. Because now it's kind of like an out of sight, out of mind thing. I'm just waiting for it to come back. I'm not really doing an extra digging or anything, but this. I just read through pretty much the manga in a day and a half. Right. On top of rewatching the whole 13 episodes that is out. I rewatched that as well. And I just got caught up. So now I'm about to, after this, dive into the theories and all that stuff like somebody else would do.
Now, look, I was going to say, because I'm thinking the last show, I'm not even going to just limit it to anime. Because I don't think I've had an anime snatch me up like this in a minute. I can't really think of an anime that I would say. Like,
if we're not thinking about anime, I'm gonna go ahead and just say Interview with a Vampire, because Interview with a Vampire had me down a rabbit hole, obsessed.
Yeah.
And this is like, I feel me just on the cusp of that, especially now that we've caught up with the 13 episodes that are out now and dived into the manga. My emotions are everywhere.
But see, like, I'm not about to read, like, Interview with the Vampire book, though.
I think I might.
I kind of want to, but I don't know. I would say the last show that I feel like really snatched me up like this, and I'm trying to think, like, I feel like it was raised, like, to this degree where you're like, it's theories, what's happening, like, it really pulls you in, was Raised by Wolves. I feel like that's the last show that really like snatched me up like that.
And I still haven't seen that.
And they canceled it. I'm so mad. But it was like an HBO show, and you're like trying to figure out like what's going on. Like I would say to this level of you crackpot theories, like we call them in the Discord. Like you out here making theories. You like, who is this person? Like that's the last show that really got me like that.
Maybe I guess Game of Thrones. Because Game of Thrones had me in theory purgatory for a long time. If I'm thinking of it in that aspect, because I was out here like all kinds of what is going to happen with Arya and this mini face god thing.
Yeah,
I thought that was going so many other different places. The hints towards the White Walkers with the whole baby thing that they never went back to. My head was swirling with theories when it comes to them, dragons in general, magic in general. Game of Thrones had me pretty.
Game of Thrones definitely before Raised by Wolves for me, because it had which is why I was so disappointed with it, because it didn't live up. I think my theories were better.
I feel like a lot of the fans, you can probably go read some fan fiction now that will probably gag you more than Game of Thrones did.
Yeah. And y'all about to hear this AC in the back, because it's Georgia and it's hot. And
mine too.
And what the fuck else? It's June 25th in Georgia, and ain't nobody finna not have no AC on. So I'm at my mama's house.
I was about to say, this is a cute little minty setup you got going on.
It's minty. I guess like it's giving mint on camera. I'm at my mama's house. She got window AC units.
I know that struggle. I know what that's like. I know what that's like. That is half the houses I grew up in.
We in the country. We in here. I mean, it's holding us, but yes. So.
Oh, I think we got a little freezing action going on. You stuck with the most cheery smile right now.
Am I back? For me though.
You back like 45%.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
And the video looks good too. The video looks like it's ready. Yeah.
We back. So, I wonder if it's just like, can my phone like not go on like
not going what?
Idle mode? Like, I don't know. This internet's so raggedy. I can't wait to move. But we gonna try. If I have to cut my camera off, I will and go to the other internet. But here we are. So let's get into it because we don't know how much hotspot I got.
Right.
And we got a lot to talk about. So where do you want to start? I'm gonna let you start because yeah.
I mean, so what I'm trying to think of what we covered already. We stopped at what? Like, what did we get to last time we talked about?
We stopped at episode, I think we did episode 11.
Oh, did we? Okay. So this whole...
Wait, 12 was the finale? 13.
13.
Okay, yeah, 11.
13.
So 11.
So it was 11? Mm-hmm. Yeah, since I think we've had a couple theories get brought to life at this point from where we both are in the show and the manga. But I guess, do you want to just stick to the show at first, or are we just go ahead and giving spoiler warning?
Let's just go with how we feel, I guess, about the episodes we didn't 11 and 12 because we didn't talk about Robin.
Oh, okay. So, oh my god, if you did not see my name before it was taken down, it is like I am head of the RMD coalition. That's Robin Must Die. Right now our co-president is Maru, and we have a couple of underlings underneath us, but we are making sure that by the end of this series that motherfucker is dead because they finally meet. Robin and Kiriko finally meets, and I'm just expecting it to be tearful. We get a lot of answers. We get way more questions than we ever thought we was gonna get just from that scene alone. Yeah. He turns out to be
and we start to figure out why this show is called Heavenly Delusion as well.
Because they got me in right now.
I mean, so we're gonna have to talk about episode 11 because we haven't got to talk about it, and I'm kind of glad we didn't talk about it when we were fresh off watching it because I feel like, first of all, I was in shock. I don't even know what I thought about it. Yeah, and I wanted to see the next episode to see how I felt about it, but I went ahead and read the manga, so it kind of helped me see like where it was going. And I'm still kind of like, I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Same. I was going to wait till you got everything that you was going to get out. And now that I've seen the manga or that what they are so far, I still don't get it. It feels completely unnecessary.
Right.
Because whatever they were trying to accomplish in that scene could have been done in so many other different ways that was less triggering for probably a lot of people. Because that just came completely out of left field. No warning, no nothing. And I feel like even where we are right now, like, why did she need that? You know, because right now it feels like she's in a really good place. It feels like mentally and all that type of stuff. But like, why did she need that type of a shakeup? Why did he have to be that? I mean, I guess it's not over, but I don't know.
I mean, my kind of understanding of it and the subsequent, like what happened and like the discussion about it and everything that kind of went down after it. Is that this, which I agree, I don't think that it had to be attacked in this way, but I think that this was supposed to be the moment where Haruki had to decide, like, there's been this theme of Haruki struggling with their identity the whole time. And I think that this was like the face down of it, like the crescendo of that problem.
Like this is where he felt like he was melting away the most.
Yeah, like there's some directorial moments that give me the feeling that that's how they were viewing it. When Kiriko first sees Robin, which I knew Robin's face, I was like, that ain't the face of like, oh my God, I'm happy to see you. I felt like it was something going on. But there's this moment where Kiriko is looking at him and you see Kiriko change to Kiriko. Like it's a flash. Like and like in that moment, they're like the exploration from here, I feel like it's supposed to be, who are you? Like, and also Robin's choice to keep calling him Haruki when that's not even who he calls himself, or they call themselves. Also feels like this is brutal, but this is also about this identity struggle. And I just feel like, and then Maru's declaration afterwards also, as like some people said, that's tone deaf because somebody just got R word and you're like telling them how you feel.
I was literally thinking that as it happened. Like I was like, this is cute for what you're trying to do, and you 15, so I'm gonna let you slide. But this feels like somebody's taking advantage of a vulnerable person at this point.
But I think what I appreciated about it is it sounds like Maru's like, I've been trying to communicate this idea to you, and I'm going to say it again in this moment. But like, I think the point of it was more so like, I don't see you as Haruki or Kiriko. You're Kiriko. And like, I love you as you are. So this struggle you're having with, are you Kiriko? Are you Haruki? He sees you as Haruki. Like you're like, I'm just going to be here regardless. Like, I just love you for who you are. So I felt it was more of like that, more than like, oh, this confession wasn't shocking.
No, I didn't feel like it was shocking.
Was like,
I just like, as it was going on, I was like, dang, bro, like let her come to a little bit, and then you should be in a better place to probably receive this, or they will be in a better place to receive it. But I did love everything that Maru was saying, because he even broke it down even more to the point where he was like if I met Haruki, we would have been cool. If I would have met Kiriko, like we probably would have been cool because you love her, but I don't know if I would have been into her. But like, you in this place and time as this person, like that's who I'm falling for. And I'm like, not you being 15, really like being an adult about your feelings.
I just love Maru. Yes, Maru is so like, I don't know. I just love Maru.
He's with it. Even though he has such minuscule, I want to say, worldly development. I mean, he only had the streets and a mob that he grew up with to educate him about stuff, and he's still so sensitive, but at the same time, like there's maturity to him, and he just has a resolve that is, from what we've seen so far, unshakable. Like he doubts himself sometimes. You know, the whole thing, my hands only try to kill people, not bring not save people or whatever. But he is just, I like out of everybody, Maru is definitely my favorite.
Yes, I love Maru. And speaking of like this resolve, how did you feel about the confrontation between Maru and Robin?
Girl, I told you. Before we started the episode, we was talking on the phone. And you was like, what you think is gonna happen with Maru? I was like, he gonna kill him. He gonna whoop his ass.
But the one thing, okay, so did you go back and did you go back when you read the manga and revisit that, or did you start from where you live?
I revisited that. Yeah, I saw. Okay. I went back to where they met the Kinga hotels in the manga. I didn't start from the very beginning. I started from where they met the Kinga hotels and picked up from there. Okay. But yeah, that whole scene where he was like,
I feel like it was better. I liked it better on the manga. I feel like the animation show in the manga could maybe.
You're breaking up just a little bit.
I know. I'm like, 1 second. Am I back?
You back now.
Am I back? Okay. I like how the anime did it, that scene, more so than the manga. Like his hand shaking, like when Kiriko was like, don't kill him, and he was like shaking. I just feel like that was such a good, like I needed that for myself. Yeah, I needed that. I needed that to see how Maru really felt that.
See, I agree with you. What I love though is the way they was really layering Robin's fear of Maru in that scene, because it started off, he was running and getting caught, and then he was like, "Oh, it's just you." And that sequence of him pulling his ass back, bringing his ass by the collar, bringing him back. I was like, well, you better pull that thing. He is waving it around right now. He is grandstanding right now. I loved it. But then when he really, got on top of him and doing what he was doing, I was a little irritated because I knew Kiriko was going to jump in. I knew she was going to stop him. I knew she wasn't going to be able to let him go through. And I was hoping, because they've always seemed like such a practical person, I guess. And even like if something made sense, Kiriko would just go with it. Like how they just jumped into the fight when Maru was fighting all the people. He was like, "Whoa, it might be my fault." Like, what you doing? So it always seemed like she would be like about it, especially in this type of a situation. But I guess,
it's trauma though.
Yeah,
I for some degree, like, some people hate the way that they did this, but I thought it was great. Like, I don't know, I feel like, not that it had to be done, but like Kiriko's reaction to the whole thing. Now, there are some people who are saying they think it was glazed over, but I'm like, I don't know. I've known people who have been assaulted, and everybody's not like revenge and like tell everybody and talk about it.
Right.
Like, a lot of people internalize it for years and years and like don't say anything about it and just move on and kind of like blame themselves for putting themselves in a situation, blaming themselves for being naive. Like, I could see Kiriko feeling that way. I don't feel like her response was, you know what I'm saying? And hey, Anaya, thank you for the compliments. She's saying we're looking great. Hey, Cheeseburger Eddie, not Bree with the R&B cover album later. Listen, I was trying to sit up and my back started hurting. So y'all finna get this lay down. That's what's gonna happen.
But I definitely agree with that. I really, I just wish they would have opened that fucking door. Because I know if they would have opened that door, she wouldn't have had no choice.
What door?
Oh, you said what door?
Yeah.
The door they were right in front of, that he was trying to get into with the key. They had the lady and the Hiriko.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What was he trying to do? Why do you think he was trying to go in there with Maru?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he was trying to unleash it. Maybe he was trying to
trap Maru in there,
or lock himself in or something. Just because that's the only door that he could get to with the key. I guess, I don't know. We still don't know what that was about. But the visual was some woman laid there she was missing both her legs and an arm, but it was attached to the Hiriko. So like, was that one of the children? Like one of the created children?
No, he said, I don't know, they had her in there.
I couldn't hear you.
So, I said they said he had her in there for like 3 months. So, crackpot theory number 1. Let's get into it. What do you think Robin's doing? Who do you think Robin is? What do you think Robin's doing? What do you think Robin fits into all of this? I mean, we've read the manga, guys, so spoiler, we gonna get into it. First crackpot theory: who is Robin? Why is he doing this?
I feel like Robin has always been a creep. I don't think he's ever been a good guy. I think because we were always informed of him from the eyes of Hiroki. How do you say his name? Since we were always looking at him through the eyes of them, that it always felt like a hero persona. It felt like someone to look up to. It felt like someone that did care for people and care for these kids. But like, even in those moments where we see him like get into a fight and his reaction to it, like his facial expressions, I don't know, there was always, I guess, that level of like, there's something in the water ain't clean. And I feel like they set it up like that for us to kind of give him that hero persona and kind of put the doctor in the evil person persona, because up until the moment we actually, spoiler alert, met him,
right,
it was like this jovial ass mother.
But like, okay, because that's really the tea though. Like, if he's not the evil one, then it only leaves that Robin is really this doctor that everybody's been talking about, who's been doing this weird shit.
Well, I don't think I think that maybe the story of it got lost in the sauce somewhere. I feel like the doctor, because he did put the brain into his sister. He did.
Yeah, but they like from the beginning were like somebody's doing weird ass experiments, like with humans and
that's
the monsters.
Thing. I feel like it could be. Obviously, it's Robin we see with the thing in the closet or the room, but I feel like he was manipulating the idea of what happened, because in that intro, then this is one thing I'm still unclear about too. Well, we get the explanation of the incident that made the brain transplant happen, but when we see Hiroki going down and like losing consciousness, we see his sister not completely fine. She has some couple scars from the little tumble with the bike, but she's fine.
Right.
And then we get a gunshot, right? So we get the doctor is performing. We see actual images of the head getting cut open, and the brain about to happen. But the moment the brain finishes getting cut open, we hear another gunshot. Now, was this a second gunshot in the room, or was this a replay of the initial gunshot? Because I believe that Robin killed Kiriko.
Yeah.
Like in that moment, like I don't know if he was behind it or something, but like we saw that flash of the gunshot in Robin's face, so like Robin had to have done it.
I have a especially crazy theory that now I don't have no basis for this, but I think Robin is what they call him, Hiroki. It's too many Harukis, Kiriko, Harukis.
It really is.
Haruko,
Kiriko.
Kiriko. And also, I think those names are very close for a reason, but we'll get to that another time. But I think Robin is the invisible. I don't know. Some in my soul is like Robin is that invisible one that killed Haruki.
You think he is the?
I think he's some kind of monster. Like I think he can go in between or something.
I mean, we did kind of see. Well, never mind. I guess I was about to throw it back to when Hime was sitting next to Kona, and she was talking about her visions and stuff, and she saw him as Hiroki or Hiroku.
Who she saw?
She saw
when she saw Kona,
and he was communicating while in the visage of one of those demons, And at first I was like, oh, is that saying that he has the ability to jump between? But I think that was just one of her visions kind of throwing us that bone, like these are the Hiroki, or Hiroku.
Right. Or he's like one of that weird ass family in the manga, like he from that weird ass family, and they have
one
the
that was
ability
trying
to
to
change.
protect the trained up Hiroku.
Yeah. That's my other crackpot theory. Like he's from that family. That family got something weird going on.
Oh yeah, that grandma.
She was giving crazy psycho like the director too.
If we didn't get an answer to that, I was about to say, is this the director?
Is that? So she looked off too. So I'm like, they breed and they inbreeding like to keep that power. And like Robin maybe is from it.
He could be. Maybe that's it. And that would be a good connection.
Because I ain't see no daddy.
Was there another daddy in there?
She didn't have a male partner.
I just read this like 2 hours ago. So I probably not I don't remember it as clearly. I do actually have it up.
So remember they had the demon chained in the cave. And old lady who was like 74, and then she had like kids, and they had them weird, that black hair, and them, they all look kind of the same. They were inbreeding. They're inbreeding, and like, but my whole thing is there's no dad. There's no mention of one. So did the old lady mate with the monster? Like, is that how this bloodline was created? And that's why they're like inbreeding to keep that power. Like, is she going in there to check on it because that's her husband? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird. And I'm like, so if Robin maybe came from that family, like maybe they have the ability to change it too. Like, how are they surviving in the area? Nobody else in, all these monsters around. It just was weird. And I like the way they focused on this family too long. I'm just like, why the fuck are they getting the whole issue? Like, it was weird. So I'm just like, something was going on there.
And Kiriko should know at this point, Like, you don't just leave these things alone. Like, you was about to do that in the intro, and then you saw this woman get sliced. You know, like you saw, like the baby was about to freeze everybody in a. I mean, granted, they did fully leave that alone. We don't know what else.
They show was just like, okay, bye. See you.
Don't
bye
freeze
bye.
everybody to death. Bye.
See you. Bye bye.
But that's what they're doing with this one. Like, they just gonna leave what seems to be, and that's the thing. The information you received about this Hiroki, whatever, is very valuable. This thing existed before the collapse.
It's the OG one, right?
Right. Like, it's been centuries of chained up. This woman, you already should be having weird vibes from these people, especially this one specific old lady. And ain't she the only one with like blonde hair too? On top of that,
yeah, she got light hair. She has light hair. Or maybe it's gray.
I think it's just gray, actually, now that I think about it. But anyway, yeah, now she's going back out there. Like, what did she have? What did she pick up when she was on her way out?
I don't know.
It was
they
like
didn't
a
show.
marker or something.
Hey, AK Alien. I don't know what she had. I was trying to see.
No, she had. It was like what quill and ink. What
okay.
Things like not a quill.
Oh, to mark the new baby.
Because she was like good when they said it was a girl.
Now, okay, so in my Discord group, they was like, "That's a family tree, not a map." When Mara was like, "Oh, there's a map on here," and then she was like, "Oh, it's a straight shot." And remember, they went in and it was pretty much straight. It was like a straight shot. It was just like right there. Mm-hmm. But they thought Maru thought it was a map. But now they told me in the Discord that's a family tree.
Because it goes straight down.
Because they thought it was a map, but it was just like literally he in the cave. He right there. You don't have to go far in. So it clearly wasn't a map. So like they said it was a family tree.
I need to go back and look at it now.
So that's probably what she was going to write. Well, I'm like, look, don't do
to add to it. Okay, I got you. That only makes me like, why would she be like good, and then they put emphasis on her getting up and leaving out there with that calligraphy stuff. Like that's what she was doing. But like, why?
That's what I'm saying.
What is that? Like, I'm thinking they was gonna sacrifice or something.
I think Robin come from it. I like my crazy out of pocket theory is that he's the monster. I think he the invisible one, and that's why he killed. That's the only why would he kill Kiriko?
But then
unless she saw something.
But why would he also let himself get his ass whooped like that?
But he seemed to have immediately have knowledge that he couldn't beat Maru's ass. He seemed like he knew Maru was a problem immediately, and he never met Maru.
I thought he was just being a coward because he thought other people was with them. Because it was when he got caught and got cornered, and he realized nobody was coming. He was like, "Oh, you by yourself?" And he did puff his chest up a little bit. Granted, he still was on that wall. He still was sidestepping, trying to get through.
No, he said, "I heard all about you."
Was that front? No, that couldn't have been. No, that couldn't.
It don't seem like Kiriko had a chance to say much. I mean,
when they took a shower and came back. Oh no, that's a lie. Because they did that moment in anime where 2 seconds skip over, but he told her the whole.
That's true.
Yeah, they told him everything. So he learned from her. I feel like that's
okay.
But
AK Alien, we're talking about Heavenly Delusion, which is on Hulu. It's a really good series. So it's a bunch of kids over here. Y'all gonna hear noises in the back. And my niece is here and she's special needs and she's nonverbal, so you might hear her making noise in the back. So just so y'all know.
It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, but that's kind of what we're talking about. I think he's a monster. It just, to me, that's the only thing that makes sense. I've thought about. I'm like, if she saw him transform right in front of her face, I don't know. And then the way the monster just walked away, it just ate him and then walked away.
It did walk away, but I feel like didn't that one, what was it? The one with tentacles that they're currently fighting. That one really didn't attack them, but it didn't pursue them or anything. It just let them go. So maybe that could be a trait to some of them. Maybe they're all not bloodthirsty, but I don't disagree with you. I think that could be it. I'm kind of on the ride with you with that. I want to see.
Because I just don't understand why he would shoot. Because I don't understand why he would shoot her.
I mean, why would he go out of his way to emotionally scar who he knows to be a boy in a woman's body?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, her and
even
them.
like that whole thing with him calling him Haruki and stuff like that. It's like
that was so sick because he was like, you were in Kiriko's body, but you have his expression, so you legitimately believe this is this boy in his body, and you still do what you did and how you did it. That's what was so disgusting, is just how it happened. Like what all he said. Like they could have left it. They could have cut it black after we knew what was about to happen. Like that whole.
But that's what I'm saying. The fact that they showed it.
I guess. Like that, I guess, a little bit.
It seemed like he was trying to get at something. He was trying to get to some point. That's what I'm saying. I still feel like. So who do we think Robin gonna end up? I think he's gonna end up being a Sora crazy ass or somebody. He's related to this organization.
God. Do you think she could be pregnant?
What?
And if he's a hetero
okay.
Or
holy shit! Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me now, because it hurt.
Oh my God. This. I do not need her to be pregnant by him.
They took that out in anime though, and the only thing they did to. Okay, I'm back.
The only thing that they did to what?
Am I back? I was gonna say the only thing it did to hint at it made was the tomato with the drop right before all the shit went down.
Yeah, I remember that. It had the tomato with the little slit in it.
Yeah, which made me uncomfortable immediately.
What was that? Oh, was that? Oh,
I
no!
Think that was their way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, geez.
Yeah, but I think there was their way of hinting. I think they were hinting at that though. What if she do get pregnant? Like, is that why he wanted? Is that the experiment he wanted to do though?
Probably. That would give him some motive to go that far, to like get her pregnant for a reason. I mean, you had her handcuffed. You weren't planning on just letting her go, so he was probably going to get her pregnant and use that in some kind of experimentation or whatever. And now they let him go so he can get better at it. I need him dead. I need him so beyond dead.
Oh my God. But it's gonna come out that Robin is that bitch. Like, we're gonna find out that he's somebody important to all of that shit.
I mean, and at this point, anybody can have a new brain. Anybody can be anybody.
He could be anybody. He could be that actor that disappeared, because even they said, oh, like he looks like Taka. Isn't that his name? Taka or Nata? Is it Nata?
Taka is
Taka.
That's the one with the ponytail. Yeah. Who I was just. Ooh, I cannot wait to get to that because I got questions.
Yes, I know.
He could be anybody, but I think to sum up Robin, I feel like I'm on the train with you on the ride that he could be from that crazy ass family, because I need some kind of explanation as to why he's so sick. And him, now that I said it out loud, I feel like there's a potential, there's a future where we could see, unfortunately, a pregnant Kiriko if it gets there, and I do not want that to happen. I don't think I'm ready to see her go through that, or to see them go through that. It's gonna fuck with me. But what do you got to say about so what happened after that? Oh, I guess we can go back to a couple things, because we had.
I'm so traumatized.
We had the whole revelation about Usami and Mimihime. Episode 8.
Usami. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. These names. Let me get my cliff notes. I took cliff notes.
Right.
I don't be knowing these people. I was like, I don't be knowing these people's names. What's the okay? So Usami, yes, but I picked that up before the manga. Yeah, I picked that up before the manga.
I didn't. Really? And you even told me, and I listened to you, but I somehow, in my excitement of rewatching, I scrubbed whatever you said because I knew it was a spoiler, I guess. And I rewatched it and still didn't pick it up fully until I talked to you after I read the manga. I did not understand that was Mimihime. I did not get it.
It was so sad.
it was so sad. And on top of that, like, why did my girl have to go out like that? Years
because he wanted to keep her. He didn't want her to turn into a monster.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful in the end. It truly was. I cried. Tears fell from thine eyes.
Oh my God, yeah.
But when I was thinking that it was their daughter or something. I thought it was their daughter just because of the size. Granted, it's a body without limbs, but I thought it was just from the size of it, like their daughter, and we're going to get some explanation on where Hime is, but you were fully right. That whole scene where they finally saw the sky and she fell back, her eyes in that scene, then I went back and watched
the way her legs were cropped off to match her missing all her limbs. They even shot it. The director be directing, okay? The director be directing on your show. Even the way, don't even get me started. The way when, okay, so that happened in season finale. She gave him her button that he had when she shot.
Oh, yes, the button. I completely did not put the connection together. That's why he was twirling the button at the end.
Yes. Even the way he was holding his face and like that one piece of hair fell to the side and his eye was up was the same way right before he killed himself. He was looking. It was so perfect.
And that when you talking about when that little piece of hair.
Yeah, that one piece, and he was kind of holding his head like this, and that one piece fell. And like he was doing the same thing when he was cleaning his face. When he was saying he would do anything he would cut his body up as much as he need to. Oh. The way I cried watching
he ended up having to cut hers up.
The way I ugly cried when I watched episode 8 back, because I'm gonna tell you, I don't have a soul, so when I watched episode 8 with no context, I was like, why the fuck are we lingering on this doctor and this chopped up lady? I was like, I do not care.
Same.
But the way they ended it, like I was like, okay, this seems to be very important for some reason, and I'm not really understanding. But then going back and watching it, I'm like, I don't know. It's so sad. It's so sad.
My girl Cuckoo.
Oh,
Cuckoo. Why did it have to be you? Why did it have to be you?
Why Cuckoo had to go out like that?
And she didn't even really get a chance to really experience much. I feel like it was said a couple months after the whole.
Was that a couple months? After?
Maybe not even that. Like it was. I think it was said a couple months. Let me see.
Yeah. But I knew Cuckoo. I knew that was Cuckoo. But you knew that was Cuckoo, though, right?
I didn't know
before reading the manga.
Cuckoo. I because that's the thing. So Kona gave Cuckoo that drawing, and that little piece was lost on me for a good majority of this. I forgot that he gave that to her. I knew it existed, so I was like, oh, somehow this is related to Kona because Kona drew it. It came to be at this point in time. This is after my brain has set into the fact that this is past and future, thanks to you. You kind of dropped that bomb on me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I think that was before you had confirmation.
Right? Yeah. I kind of felt like it was, because the timeline. I'm like, this bitch went through a whole pregnancy, and they don't walk down the street.
Right. But also the timelines of Heavenly and Delusion or Heaven and Hell, those are also skewed in the manga. They're not the same pacing as the anime. Oop, I think I lost you.
I'm back.
Okay. Yeah. But it's did you hear that part? It's the pacing of the anime when it comes to the Heaven and Hell storylines. Those are not the same as in the anime. That threw me off at first.
Okay.
Because I feel it's like the whole thing. Let me see. No, I can't pinpoint when, but I just know they're off. Like the storylines going on at the same time in anime are not the storylines going on at the very same time as the.
You think not?
I realized that. I realized that when I was watching. Like some stuff is just swashed up, but all anime does that though. If there's more than one storyline, sometimes they're gonna elongate a certain section and maybe keep another piece short in. So, but at the same time, it doesn't really truly matter, because as long as they don't unload a bunch of exposition in one, they won't never really catch themselves, you know, as long as they just, I think the paneling.
But they named, but I was gonna say with Cuckoo, they named the episode that. And then I had to go back and look like, okay, so every time we see a new monster, is that gonna be, if you look at the directing, generally when they show one, they show one of the kids. So I'm like, is that, I gotta go back and see.
Well,
because they did that with Taka.
With Taka. Who was Taka?
The bird.
What's Taka?
The bird.
With the whips.
We all feel like he the bird.
I didn't. The only reason
he got that sword. He got that sword. We're so fast, you can't really.
Oh, with the invisible slash.
Yeah.
See, now I got to go back and look at that section, because I just don't remember them tying him to any. Because you saw how we saw Cuckoo turn into the fish demon in the thing. We saw him bleeding out on the road.
And that's why I said I think that's really finna be the gag, though.
Yeah, because in order for them not to turn into their, either Maru got to touch them, or they have to do that generation thing like they did with Taru. They have to completely destroy them.
Oh, like put them into their like hibernation state almost.
They have to, they do that, or they completely, like, because that's what happened with Taro when he passed from the disease. They completely incinerated his body and it left that core.
Right.
So he didn't turn into anything.
Right. Okay.
But if you just leave their body alone, if you just leave it to its own devices and they die, that's when they turn, because that's what happened with our girl Ona.
And that bird low key looked like his head missing.
Oh yeah,
it do.
Yeah, no, really.
It's just like flat.
Yeah.
But I think that's a gag they're saving. They're saving it. Like, yeah, you thinking that if they die, not because that's what Shiro said. Shiro or Usami said, if they die without the disease, they just die. He even offed himself thinking that would kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they want us to believe that that's true, but I think we're gonna find out that that's not true.
So Usami was just really fucking smart. Like, we don't remember him having any type of real like abilities besides just being really smart, right?
He was like he builds stuff and he can he's really tech savvy. And I think that's why he started fixing people's, giving them fake legs and building stuff, and he was able to build all that to keep her alive. Like, that was he's just really smart and like tech savvy and like
he didn't have no like telekinesis or no slime fingers, no exploding sweat, nothing like
that. No exploding sweat. No. The only other one we've seen is the invisible one killed Haruko.
Yeah, so we've seen the invisible one that killed him. Haruki. Yeah,
right. Haruki.
We've seen the invisible one that killed Haruki. We've seen the invisible whips one, which now I'm convinced it might be Taka that switched over to him now. We also saw the spider one, the ice spider, which I don't understand.
Oh yeah,
I still don't have an understanding of that, because
it's got to be the mom of. It's the mom of the baby, I would think. It's his mama.
That's true. But I was thinking like, is his mama the two girls that were Iwa and?
Yeah, he got the same eyes. Yeah, he looked like her because she had them little red, little pink, purplish eyes. He looked just like her.
Jugo's mama is one of the. But that's the thing, in the manga, it's one of the little girls that's currently now following the director. One of the two, the director is now in the little girl's body.
Oh yeah, Nata, I think it's her name. Hey, Lena, the ice spider is Nanaki. Thank you, that's her name. Yeah, Nanaki. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, the ice spider is Nanaki.
Yeah, The dark hair, the two girls that were together is the one with the blonde with ponytail, and then there was the darker hair one. And I'm assuming the spider is Nanaki.
I gotta put a face.
Yeah, you gotta put. It's like I gotta pull these pictures up.
Nanaki, Haruko, Hiruki, Kakuku,
Kookaburra sits in that old gum tree. I don't know. It's too many. Christ, it's too many names. But yes, that makes sense. So yes. So the parents, I mean, these kids possibly inherit the powers of their parents. I don't really know.
Yeah, that's saying it's them.
Yeah, it's definitely them.
Brutally killed.
Oh, you you were right about the King of Hotels.
Oh, I told you because I was like, that ain't no normal heart, girl.
I did not see that coming. But you know who that is, right?
Is that no? I still don't know though. Because once they showed the panel, I was like, I started to think. I was like, who is she? Whose kid?
That's Taka and Anzu's kid.
That was in the stroller.
Yeah. No. Not I'm upset.
Why did that? Why? Okay, can you please explain to me what happened with Taka and the assassin? I keep forgetting their name.
Oh, I don't know who it is, but I just be like Rengoku.
Because that was one of the new kids that came in with the new group, right?
Right. That was. I think they were okay. So in the anime, they called them 5th years, but in the manga, they said they were 5 years old. They also look a little taller in the anime than in the manga to me.
Yeah.
I feel like in the manga they look like 5-year-olds. In the show they look like they about 7. 7 to 9. So
no, I agree.
I don't really know.
It was a little weird. But I didn't understand why did Taka feel like she needed to be like she was too dangerous, needed to be put it down. Like I was like, did she do something? Because it seems to me like she wants to kill Haruki. But they had
when Asura was telling him how to use his little sword thing in the whatever, that was like in the show that he like slashed that little kid leg.
But like, was that they made it seem it was? Oh, it was like Kona was just because that's Kona's ability. I got that confused. I was thinking Asura was teaching Kona how to manifest things or how to bring things to life, when really Kona's whole thing is like a sensory type of thing. He could just find things or like see where people are and that type of stuff. Because he did it with Asura.
Yeah.
When he was little.
Yeah.
He did it.
But they thought they made us think Kona did it.
Yeah.
But then like in the manga. Yeah, they were like, he was like, oh, remember that time you did? And I was like, hold on, Taka did that?
Yeah, they gagged me. And he apologized for it and everything. Like, he actually did it.
Yeah. So I'm like, what's the point of that?
I think it was just a little misdirect to have us sitting here. Because at this point in time, I fully flip-flopped on Kona. I did think Kona was some kind of manipulative mastermind beast child with somebody else in his body. But now, like, especially rewatching it, I kind of been walking my comments back about Kona always being so stoic.
I still feel like Kona is shady, though.
He is a little shady, but, like, looking at his relationship with Asura, it felt from a very genuine place and everything. Like he was a child.
But what if Kona was Kona until Kona was 13 or 15? I think in the show Kona's supposed to be, they're like 15. Like Tokyo they're like 15. I think Kona's supposed to be 18, 17 or 18. So we know that at 15 the container can get the transplant. So he could have been Kona until he was 15.
That's true. But even after that's when I was, just because I knew I said that when I was doing my rewatch, I was like really trying to pay attention to his expression. And a lot of the times that he was in these situations, like when the kids were lost, it wasn't like I just was like absent-minded when I was watching. I only really caught his stoic expressions, but he was genuinely worried. I feel like he genuinely does truly care for Tokyo. And like, I don't know. I'm not 100% walking it back, but I'm doing the 80% walk back. I don't know. I feel like,
and then the way that they haven't shown us Kona, like, or Tokyo, I'm just like, what's the gag? Because
That's gonna be.
I don't know. I still feel like Kona was a whole adult. Okay, because we got hinted at that these kids were clones of some of the original. Okay, there were 4 sperm donors. 4 sperm donors when this was first created. Now we know there's more than 4 kids, so I'm not really gonna say every kid. Maybe.
I feel like they all. I feel like it's a demon, like like Muzan is the one demon, and then everybody comes to them. I feel like it's the same thing. These are the 4 or 5 sperm donors we had, and she gave that to Meena, and Meena's just been doing what she did with it,
Right, but Taka was like almost looked like that actor. They said. Like this looks like so I'm like wondering if some of the first couple class was like literal clones of some of the other people, was what I was wondering, if they all look like one of the original donors or something like that.
They probably look the strongest of them because they were probably the first iteration. Like not the first or the second technically because of Sura's class, but I still don't know what happened to everybody else in Asura and Kona's class, because they obviously.
It sounded like there was only 2.
You think?
It sounded like it was just them 2.
Because why would they keep using the verbiage "the only one left"? Like if it was just 2 people.
Because it was just him and Kona. Because like even Asura was like, you will make more friends and more people will be coming. I think it was just 2. Yeah, Leonard's saying that. Is it Lanad or Lanad? I don't know. Lanad. I don't know whether to stress the syllable.
Obviously, you got to say Lanad.
Lanad.
Okay, if there were 2, then I guess I'm not going. It's not the hill I'm gonna die on.
Right. I'm sorry. My
what?
But so it was just those 2. It was just those.
I don't know if he's still saying something.
I know my is doing the thing. 1 second. Hold on. Be back. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now. But there's still so many questions when it comes to even Asura and them, because like we still don't know what Asura believes his purpose to be. Like, I'm confused as I'm trying to figure out who is the person that's manipulating these kids or guiding these kids, because it's either Meena or Asura. From the moment they were taking that test and that question popped up in the very beginning, at the very end, that was like, do you want to go outside of the outside? And then it disappeared. The picture of Mimihime that got sent to Shiro, who's guiding them together. The person that's taking away the video of the stuff. Like,
do we think Meena is okay? So like Meena is supposed to be AI, but I think Meena is the collective conscious of those 4 original, whoever the founders are, who gave their sperm and their brains over to the whole operation.
You think?
I think Meena. Yeah. Well, there's a reason I think that. So the reason I think that is because Kona has this drawing of 4 people with their head like one head. They're like laying down, and it's like 4 of them, and their head is all one. It's in Tokyo's room.
Connected.
Yeah, it's like it's connected. So it's like one brain.
Got like 6 pictures that come through up there, and there was only one that I could connect to anything, so I was still waiting for those to get like dropped.
Yeah, and they haven't, but I think that that's showing like a collective conscious of 4 people, and there's 4 sperm donors, and Meena means like everybody, like Meena-san means everybody, or like collective, you would say Meena-san. It's like, hey everybody, or like we, or whatever. So I feel like that's why Meena's name Meena. It's like Meena-san.
Okay. See, I think it's like a collective leaning hard on aliens. Because
I want it to be aliens, but I think they're on a space. I think they're in space though. I do think that their bodies are in space or something, or the wherever the brain is the mothership somewhere in space. I don't know. I think
I was a little mad to find out that the Great Collision happened after the events of what we were seeing unfold in heaven. I was hoping that it happened before, because then my whole theory was it was something about this fucking rock that hit the earth. And like that's where Meena came from, because there has to be some type of an origination. And in the manga, Meena looks a lot more like human with a helmet than she does like
exactly
a robot. Like she looks like full on pregnant robot.
It looks like a person laying there with a like helmet on in the manga.
Yeah. So that like threw me for a loop when we finally got to see Meena, and I was like, wait a minute, that's alien. That's an alien. That's something. That is not of this earth. And on top of that, it's like Meena, I just feel like Meena has this whole personality, this whole agenda outside of even the director, because that I feel like that was very that was put there intentionally when she was like, Meena, tell me, this is your body, right? Tell me where it is.
Bitch, I don't know.
She said, bitch, what about if you went to go get a checkup? Somebody said something wrong with you. You tell me where it is and what's the problem. I was like, from that moment, I was like, Meena got her own agenda, and it just feels like, I don't know, she has the capability to do all the things that we've been seeing happening, and I feel like
we also
the direct, is Asura the direct child of Meena, like the first one. Maybe that's why she was so powerful, and that's why they say her breath was more powerful than her body, his body.
Well, maybe they might have mixed that demon DNA with human. I think that demon in the cave is where they got this monster. Sorry. Let me move this closer. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, all I heard was demon in the cave. But I also
I think the demon in the cave is where this other DNA came from. I do think that. I don't think it came from space. I think it's the demon in the cave. I think, like Lena was saying, like the 6 boxes behind me, and they look like rice cookers are brain interfaces, and there's one attached to the robot. So we did get that little info that they were, before even they were doing this cloning and stuff, they were housing brains in robots to preserve them. So they do have the ability to house a brain in a robot. So I think Meena-san is those brains, like their brains are preserved. And they also, I think, you'll see when that lady got in the manga, I think this happens when she gets the level 4 clearance. She's like going and seeing what she can do, and she opens one of those coffin little things, and then there's nobody in it. Like there's not a body in it. I think she was expecting to see one in there, but it wasn't. Which to me, that hints at that brain was transplanted into a body now, or their DNA was already cloned, and so they didn't need the body anymore. So I feel like Kona is one of those people. And like once Kona turned 15, their brain got put into the container.
Okay.
So I don't know. I just feel like Kona's not a kid in that sense of, and like they know, I think they like cool with them having powers and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't think Kona is a kid. I think Kona is a transplanted person.
I mean, because I'm definitely, that kind of feeds into answering my whole thing about, like, I know that it's not just the director. We saw even when in the beginning when the 2 kids were kissing and there were 2 people monitoring them, that was like, how did they discover or invent kissing? I don't think we fully know what the position of that man was in the chair, the people on WebExes from the different branches. At this point, we know that much,
because it was 18 branches, so there's like 18 other places.
But it's 18 branches, and what was it? Was
2 facilities,
2 main facilities? Is that the Ibakari?
Blah blah blah, and Nada, whatever, Naka, I don't know, Nara.
I was trying to look if I took anything down about that specifically, because I was like, there has to be like that answers the question for me a little bit. If there is these brains of these people attached to Meena, that kind of makes that, because there got to be other higher ups that aren't just like doing what the director wants and what she says. Yeah. And what is the day of fate? Is the day of fate when the jewel of the spear jewel or whatever hits the earth? Is that
now they were talking about? I get, but and then also I don't really know,
because everybody in the room knows what a day of fate is. Oh, they know. Yeah. She didn't mention that in the room. She mentioned that specifically to the doctor with the black hair.
Where they were saying that Meena had, I think they were talking about that day that Meena predicted, which was like July 24th or something like that.
November the 11th.
Was it? Shit, I don't know. Yeah, November. Yeah.
November 11th.
But see, they were saying that like the day was coming in July though.
Right.
When the place that was July, so I don't really know why they kept saying that the test or whatever this day was like here.
So July the 20th is the day that it was announced that the test begins, and the kids went 6 days without anything happening. And on July 26th, that's when Tokyo came back to the class with that's when Tokyo woke up with the short hair and was like, "Why my hair short? Oh, I got to cut the day before," and then it just cuts. So like, I don't know what the importance of the 26th is. Lanad, you sound like you know what's going on with the day of fate and the July 26th.
With the day June 26th, let me see what I say. Tokyo or July 26th. So episode 12 takes place on July 26th. This baby wasn't born from Meena, but from 2. So yeah, I think the 18 is just how many years they've been doing their thing.
Oh, apparently tonight.
Which makes sense because Kona is 18. Right, but it's 2024 to us. But I think they started their calendar from when they were made, like when they formulated this group. So it's been 18 years because Kona's 18. Yeah.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So all of these kids were clearly bred to be like transplanted into eventually. Like clearly they were made for these brains to be transplanted because they want to be immortal. That's their whole thing, being immortal and not getting sick from diseases. So these kids were clearly created to house the minds of, I guess, all of these people, because it's more than just the people at this facility. There's like 18 branches.
Okay, it's getting clearer now. it's getting clearer now. I'm understanding a lot more. I'm just like, we can't. Meena got some other goals in mind than just servicing.
But yeah, why do you think Meena's going rogue?
I don't know. I really don't know. Like I haven't gotten to that point of theorizing because my brain has been everywhere else. The kids were just supposed to repopulate.
Oh yeah, after the spirit of heaven came. Yeah, because their whole thing was we're preparing for this disaster that Meena predicted. So it's like Meena human brains mixed with AI.
This is giving me Psychopaths so bad.
Right.
What was the big?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
From people's brains and all that type of stuff too.
But then it kind of had a mind of its own, and it seemed like it had like more information than humans do.
Yeah, but I think it kind of took on the wheel of whoever brain was in control at the time. I think that's how that went. They were like swapping out brains, so different personality was coming out. I might be mixing animes up. I might be.
Listen, at this point,
I feel like that's what happened with Psychopaths. I got to rewatch that.
I don't know.
New movie is coming out for Psychopaths too.
I mean, what's your most out of everything you've read so far? What do you think? Like, what's your most out of left field? Because I have another scene in the manga we have to talk about too, related to what we know now. So, like, what's your most left field? Like, you have any theory after reading the manga that you like walked away with? Only the director wanted a new body to be a guy, but this is still very unclear.
Oh yeah, I mean, the director's body. I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming at all. Where she is.
I didn't see that shit with Tokyo coming.
Tokyo, the fight
turning into like with holding the baby and like going full like protective Annie and AOT mode, like crystallizing Annie ass.
In my brain, something told me Tokyo was going to be fully normal. I don't know how it was going to be explained, but I was just like, I don't know, because Tokyo didn't show any kind of signs of being special in any kind of way. Like, up until that moment, like, there was no stick in the walls, there was no clairvoyance, there was no... It just seemed like she was just regular. And I didn't understand, like, there was maybe there was, like, something to that like, involved, like, I don't know. I can't even think about it. But it's just like she didn't show any signs of anything. And even when she had that daydream or that nightmare of her legs kind of showing what her powers were doing, even then I didn't think much of it. I was just like, you just had a bad dream.
I mean, it's likely that.
I mean, but what does that even do though? Like, is that just a hardening, like a liquid hardening ability?
It seemed like like a hardening ability. Like it was given Annie from Attack on Titan. I'm sorry.
Right, but like
that's all I could think about.
Creepy blood related.
Yeah. I think we're gonna find out Tokyo and Kona. They might be very well crystallized somewhere.
Sorry, that made me think of Drag Race. He didn't like the session, so he had good at me, but I didn't die. I had crystallized, and now I'm a Glamazon bad bitch for the round.
I don't know. We likely to find out that they somewhere crystallized together. They ain't did nothing.
That would be a little lame, though. I want there to be some actual gags for me. Like
but nobody ain't seen Tokyo in 10 years.
Right, but like just crystallize somewhere. Just post it up on the wall like Oma.
Yeah.
We already got that with Oma.
For some reason, they're gonna be lovers. They're gonna be together. They're gonna be together.
So what about Yamado? Is that his name? Yamamo?
Yamado? Who's it? Which one? Yamada?
Tokyo's apparently
baby.
Tokyo was a target baby. I mean, not Tokyo, but Maru was a target baby, which that gagged me.
Maru is not the target baby.
He was a target baby.
Maru is the baby. No, the target baby is the soldiers.
No, remember the baby. Yeah. I feel like, are they just the soldiers? I thought
so they cloned Maru. They cloned Tokyo's baby. I think because they cloned Tokyo's baby to give the director a body with the baby. Because he wants to protect the kids. So that he wants this baby. So I'm going to just clone it so the director can have the clone and the real baby can live its life. I think that's what
I was thinking that the target babies were like all the babies like original form. Like that's how they're born from Meena.
That's what I thought
and
too.
Then like they do like some kind of, because I thought there was like an imprinting that had happened with that target baby in Tokyo, because it was like or whatever. Like why was that even necessary? Because the soldier thing did come back. Oh, you right.
Yeah.
Because it came back. You right. I missed that.
What was the manga? But that whole soldier thing seems so pointless in the sense
that's why I'm confused, because that was really pointless. Like, what did he even do? He came back and melted.
It gave him the gun. It gave the gun. That's what she get the beam. I feel like it was a plot device just to make sure the gun got to. It felt like, damn, this is the payoff for that whole thing.
Right. They should have been the kids. That should have been the first evolution of the kids or something. Because that was like, that makes sense to me. Like, and then when he got put next to him, the target baby turned into this baby.
Right.
That's what I thought it was. But whatever.
No, but it also, Kona was extra shady in that scene. Because that thing made Tokyo come out of her crystallized state. But the way Kona seen that hole being melt in front of his ass, and then when Tokyo came out and was like, "Did you call my name?" Kona was like, "Yeah, that was me." Kona, that wasn't you though. You remember that?
Yeah, because he witnessed it all and then kind of lied to just cover that up. But like, why would he do that? So yeah, maybe
he didn't even seem shook about it. He didn't even seem like
somebody that's aware.
Cause he didn't even seem. Wouldn't you be like a little traumatized? Like if he was the rest of these kids and he saw this half melted being come pull up, walk in the room, try to reach out for Tokyo and melt into a puddle.
Melting like twice on My Hero. Spoiler.
I'm just saying, wouldn't you be like a little shocked?
Yeah, absolutely.
What was going on?
I wouldn't think to like. I don't even know why he would like. If he was just a normal kid in that facility, I don't know why he would feel the need to lie about that.
He like, probably would have questions,
like,
right?
Why you be completely, like, why would you be completely forthright with Tokyo and find that shit out together?
Kona's off.
Yeah, Kona is a little off. I'm glad we be talking about it because I was throwing my suspicion away, and it's back now.
Kona's still off.
Yeah,
and I don't think Kona was supposed to be smashing the other kids. I think that's why he ain't. I mean, they know Kona the dad. They know Kona.
They know Kona the dad. Yeah, because he brought the baby to them with the. I mean, but you got to realize they have all their DNA in the system anyway. So the moment that baby popped out, they just probably ran against everybody's DNA anyway. You know.
Damn.
Yeah, they wasn't gonna get away.
Which also, like when people, this is the thing, when people were getting upset about the whole Robin thing and like all these kids, and like we finally got proof that, well, it was hinted at that Robin had done this to Kiriko before, but I'm like, there is nothing in this world that we've been shown that would make me feel like this is out, like so beyond these adults in this world.
Yeah, I mean, I see it happening. I didn't enjoy watching it. That's my whole thing.
No, I didn't
enjoy seeing probably my second favorite character in this show
have to go through that.
Being completely crushed in that way, and I don't really feel like I can come up with a great reason for it from what you provided me. That bothers me. Now, they gave me some crazy life journey, some unlocking of something she's been like hiding, something that she's come to terms with and faced and got over. Like maybe that would make me feel better because I see the journey, but it just felt like it happened. She, got let down, like psych, and in the worst way, and now it's just we moving on. I don't know. It's just I didn't feel like it.
It's just weird, and even like it reading the mom him, so we still don't know.
Yeah, and they have room to pay it off, and I guess
that's why I was like I have to reserve my judgment, I guess, until they run up on him again. And when they run up on him again, what I'm gonna need.
Maru, he already said it.
Okay.
He said, "I'm gonna kill him." he made the declaration.
Conversation of myself. Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna have this conversation with my soul. Well, okay, so I have a question. Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what did you brought up? Damn it, it was just there. What did you bring up last? Because it made me think about it.
You can't remember now.
I can't. It was so good.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask my question. I had a question about when in the manga, like before they went to fight the big octopus thing, Anzu, whatever, the giant one. Kiriko had this moment where she was in the cave, which all the kids go to when they die. That little cave vision they be having. And Kiriko was in there and saw Maru, or who we would assume is Maru. And like he was kind of like his legs were kind of naked and half faded and just standing there. And then she was kind of like this, like she had the beam. And then somebody called her name and the light was behind her. I was like, what the fuck was that about? If Kiriko has to kill Maru, I'm gonna be so upset, and I think that's what's gonna happen. Or that's like his twin.
Like if he turns into full-fledged.
Because he's a Haruki, right? So if he gets killed, then he's gonna turn into a monster, right?
Yeah. Let the other one die. Let the other brother die. Let the other brother die, and we think it's Maru.
But Maru has the same problem if he's a Haruki, though. Well, we haven't seen that we haven't seen anything to suggest that the human, when the two kids have kids, that they have that problem, right? So it could be possible.
We know literally nothing about what happens when they have kids together. I mean, we see the King of Hotels, but ain't nothing special.
King of Hotels. Yeah, King Hotels and Maru are the only two.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be Juko. Jungo.
Right. And Jugo's son are the only 3 we've seen, right?
Jugo has a son?
I'm thinking about Juichi, sorry.
No, because Juichi is like just a regular human, right? So he wouldn't count as far as the combination. We talking about 2.
I don't know. I kind of low-key feel like he might not be no regular ass human.
What makes you think that though?
I mean, there's no reason to think that. I don't know. I'm suspicious of everybody.
Oh, and I did have that cleared up for me too, because I was a little like, what the hell is going on with this whole Jugo thing? Why did they accept him so willingly? But they didn't. I watched the episode way too fast, and I missed a lot of cues because he did, like, when he first met that group, the dude that screamed and told and was like somebody's escaping, he fully reacted. He was like, he processed it. He was like, immediately, you could tell that he did a lot of work on himself during that time, probably, and like come to terms with how horrible that was or whatever. And when he met him, it was like, I want to say something, but like, I feel like he even minimized what Jurichi could possibly be, is capable of. Yeah, right. So he kind of, when he saw he was like light and bubbly and just happy to see everybody, he kind of like sucked it in a little bit and just kept on going, because the group doesn't. I don't feel like the group fully processed what could have happened or took place or how they would be feeling, because I feel like they were completely oblivious. They was all fine, but then there was another scene where they were sitting next to each other, and he was like, "Oh, I heard you were the one that was taking care of my son all this time," and he was like, "Yes, it's your son, of course." And he was like, "Hey, Jurichi, and then Juichi just got the fuck up and walked away. He was at that moment trying to, I feel like, talk about it or whatever, but in Juichi's mind, I feel like because he couldn't find the people that are responsible for killing our girls. Right. Because he couldn't find out.
The chicks. Right. He's like, it's your fault.
He's the one that killed them, really. So I'm going to get my revenge on you. So that kind of put a bow on it for me. I kind of never need to see Juichi or that child again, because I was like, I kind of understand it now. It flows for me. Yeah. And it shows the tie between the 2 other kids that we didn't know what happened to.
That's true. And that's why
I think he was human, because it's like, he was just kind of a catalyst for us to see their story, I guess.
Just see that, and then see that there are these kids and like they have powers, and they are, I guess, that they're just like integrated into
society.
They've just kind of become like King hotels.
They really are spread out. They just probably out here having kids, and then them kids gonna have kids. They eventually, I mean, when you think about it, heaven kind of worked. I mean, they are still getting the disease and they're still dying off. But like,
I definitely think the people who made it saw it playing out a very specific way. Mm-hmm. But maybe that's the whole point of Meena. Like, no, that's not realistic, because like y'all want to be in power, and y'all want to have, like, y'all basically want to make it so you're the 1% and you're immortal. And it's like, but really, I was created to have the best outcome for humanity. So it could just be like that's on that kind of stuff.
Because that would give me a reason to why Meena would kind of rebel a little bit. Because nobody, including the director, is aware of how these things happen. Like, it's all either Meena or Asura. So I feel like Meena definitely, that if I had to guess about a motive, that would probably it. Like, Meena at the end of the day is probably the good guy in all of this, and trying to utilize what she has with these kids and everything. That's why she wanted them to break it to the outside, so they probably could,
integrate into society. You think?
Mm-hmm, I think so,
because that would be the best idea.
Because they have it, besides that one specific disease, they do have immunities to everything else, like completely. Right. So, it's in a sense, and I think they now have a cure, because what is that that Maru has? That's a cure to this disease.
Well,
right?
The only reason I'm like, is it a cure? I'm still skeptical of it, just because the director clearly gave it to him, right?
Oh, yeah. Let's
still like,
we got that. We didn't dive into that yet. The director is alive and well in the body.
Right. Nata.
I thought it was Mitsuri. What's the
Mitsuri? Yeah, that was her new name. Sorry, I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Name.
This whole jump, this new name, old name has been fucking me up. On top of their already original names being similar.
Right, new name, who this? So I'm just skeptical because it was her, but now the director in this new body may have turned over a new leaf or finally realized the ultimate plan, but I'm still skeptical.
No, I don't think so either, because we heard how Maru was talking about his memories of her. He was like, she never looked at me as a human. She only looked at me with cold eyes, you know? And I feel like she probably just, I don't know, there's some intention behind it that ain't the milk ain't all the way clean. I feel like there's something she got going on with this. You're right. I forgot about it.
And it's something weird with Kiriko too.
Oh, that's what it was.
There's something weird about her seeking out Kiriko to be a bodyguard from Maru.
Okay, so I remember what I forgot. So this is a piggyback. Oh. It doesn't really fully tie.
Go ahead.
Right. So when I was trying to figure out, like, okay, well, when I watched that scene back a second time, which I didn't think I was gonna do, but I did. Some kind of told me that maybe Robin and Kiriko kind of already had a romantic relationship in some way. Like, even if it's gross.
You think it was consensual?
I feel like it. I don't know if it was consensual. I don't know if it was a little manipulating or whatever. But I don't know. It just felt like, because we never truly really saw Kiriko and Robin interact in the flashbacks. We only really saw the brothers' vision or a side of it, you know? We never really got what their relationship was. And some tells me, like, they either had, like, you were saying that maybe he did this to her before, you know, or it could have been some kind of what they call a statutory situation where he just took advantage of the fact that she didn't like him.
Now that you say that, it got me thinking about a manga panel. It's got me thinking.
Which one?
The same manga panel where they were showing this weird ass family with the demon in the cave. We see a young Robin, and we also see a young Kiriko and Haruki together. And we also see who I think is baby Maru with some 3 adults. It's like all in the same panel. Like, it's like an earthquake, and the director is like, Missouri is giving this whole, the day of something is over and the new something has begun. It's like chapter 44. It's between 41 and 44. I don't know which chapters. But we see this shot of Robin with his sister that he said passed away. We see Kiriko holding Haruki, who's crying. He's like crying, and she just kneeled before him. And I'm wondering if they're all from the same area. And like, the only reason it would make sense that Robin would be super protective of them is because if it's in that family history to inbreed, like, he would be trying to hook up with Kiriko if they have that same blood. Because to me, Kiriko, if you go, I think it's chapter 44, that weird ass family is on the cover of the manga.
It's 45. I'm on it right now.
45.
But
Original Kiriko looks like those people. Like, she has the same eyebrows they got. She got the same dark hair they got. She looked like them.
Mm-hmm.
And Robin has that same. And he had it. So if it was like normal for them to inbreed to keep that demon power in their blood, right? Mm-hmm. That would make sense why Robin would be hooking up with Kiriko.
Ooh, okay.
And keep trying to.
I see where you're going.
Because, I mean, quiet as it's kept, which is, this is twisted, but this is this world. He probably would have been with his sister if she didn't die. Is he from his family?
Okay, no, because I'm looking at this now, and I'm like, as you were saying, there was no like father figure there, and I'm like, well, they all did two other guys, but one looks really young, like a younger looking.
They're siblings. They're all her children.
They're all siblings, and then the ones at the top, like the 2 women at the top, they're the oldest, obviously, right?
Yeah, they're all siblings though.
I got you. Gotcha.
And they didn't really say it out loud, but it's like
it's inferred.
And they keep all the kids like they were doing in heaven. They keep all the kids shut away, and they keep them all on the compound.
And they didn't want them to experience them because it was like they don't want them to get curious with the outside world.
Yeah, and it seemed like when they showed that panel, it looked like the same town, like when the earthquake hit. So I'm like, is Robin one of them people?
He could be. The more and more you talk about it and we connect some other stuff, it's making me feel like it. And it's giving me... So I'm not. It's not like a jarring theory for me. It's giving me some form of...
Yeah, because Kiriko was like, Kiruki may have this blood in or something because...
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit.
I don't know. Now, I'm looking at myself on Twitch so I can see when I'm back.
Okay. Oh, I hate that Oma had that outcome. I really do.
Like maybe I'm back. Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think that is to, and Kiriko might also have had. Am I back?
I can hear you. I just your video's gone.
Go off. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure you can hear me. My camera off for a second. See if internet can handle it a little bit better if the camera's off. But it wouldn't be surprising to me if they had the blood and or whatever. It just doesn't make sense. It just for some. I'm about to switch.
Okay.
I'm about to switch. Hold on one
second. He said you about to switch. Made me think of that Sukihana song. I'm drunk as hell. I want some rotel dip. Now we what? Now we eating.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Switch.
I'm like, what did you say? I just came back in the middle of you doing like hand motions and all this stuff. I'm like, what is happening?
I didn't want to.
But my audio is fine, right? My audio is fine now.
It's good now, yeah.
Okay, but I know the video is not videoing. It's not gonna be videoing.
That's a shame because I'm loving this hair on you.
Oh yeah, I a little blonde. Let's see. I think Robin just lost his sister and took with him a girl from Takahara that looked similar to her, but after some time she died and turned into the man-eater we saw in episode of 13. Well, wait, who we saw in 13?
Read that again.
There you go. We saw a man-eater in 13? Who we seen? Who we saw at 13?
I'm about to look. I'm about to look.
I can't remember the episode. Hold on. It was early. Hold on. What? If you look, one of the 15 new kids resembles. Yes, I saw Robin's sister. She had that weird ass face. And I was like, I feel like I've seen that face, but it wouldn't make sense that she, well. Because if you can find that panel and share it for me, that would be amazing. Where like Robin is with his sister. I think it's 44. I don't know which one it is.
They said,
but
Robin.
Yeah, you see one of the staff members holding a baby, and it's a lady with maybe blonde hair or light hair. Damn, I wish I had took a screenshot of it. I might have actually saved it.
Through it now.
Because I'm such a nerd. Hold on. Let's see if it's in my screenshots. It's probably not. Nope. I don't think I screenshot it. Let's see. I don't... Yeah, maybe that wasn't really his... I mean, for all we know with his lying ass, that probably wasn't even his sister.
Oh, lying ass.
I mean, the way he be lying, I'm just like, okay, so I have the cave. Damn, I didn't say that one. What's this one? Oh, this was the crazy face of that old lady jump scare. Oh, yeah, she was looking crazy. Okay, I don't think I saved that one. I should have saved it.
My power might go out. I don't know what's going on.
Which is,
if I disappear, that's what's going on. My lights just started flickering.
Yeah, but I for some reason, because of Robin's age, so we know when the great disaster happened, Kiriko was 5, which means she's not completely out of the clear being one of those 5-year-old students. Second of all, Robin would have been, if Kiriko was 5, I feel like, how old do we think Robin is? Like back in the day. He seemed like he was in his 20s.
He felt like in his 20s. Yeah, he felt like he was in his early to mid 20s.
But we know he's younger than the doctor.
Yes.
He's younger than the doctor, and that. So when the whole great disaster happened, he could have been. You think he was Kona age?
The doctor?
Robin.
Oh. Let me see. So if that happened in 2024, it's Kiriko's year is 2039. So that's over.
Kiriko was 5 when the great disaster happened. And then we fast forwarded 10 years to when she died. She died 10 years later.
And they added another 5.
Yeah, we're 15 years post-disaster in the show. We're 15 years post-disaster. She was 5.
I would say he was like maybe like 15.
He would have had to be like Kona age.
Yeah, he would have had to be. Because I know there was something that was, I saw Robin's age and it said 30 something or 30 in
when like
with Maru.
Oh, in present day?
Yeah, he's like 30 something. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, something like that.
So if he was 18 when the great disaster happened, he would be
like 14
was
or
15. He would he would be, if he was 18 when the great disaster happened plus 15, he would be 33.
Yeah, and that's what I was seeing about because that's what everything is saying as far as his age, Robin's age, heavenly.
What if we find out Robin is fucking Asura? I'm gonna die.
No, I'm gonna be so mad because Asura didn't give me
I would die.
Asura to be good.
But they said Asura. But look, you gotta listen to what the director said about Asura.
What did he say?
The director said, like, Asura, we put too many cruelties on their brain that they couldn't handle.
Yeah, they were saying he's been put through so much cruelty in this world. His mind was in a.
And they called Asura he or she.
I think everybody was calling him he. Like I think Tokyo and Kona was using he pronouns. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
What if it's Asura? What if Robin's Asura?
I refuse to believe. I'm gonna have to wait till that is shown on screen because I will not.
We have no reason to believe Asura's good. We have
I know we don't. I also don't have any reason to believe that he's at Robin's level.
But Robin's just a psycho.
Okay.
Why can't you handle that? Because I low-key think that's the game. We ain't heard nothing about Asura's ass.
So bad.
Either Robin is Kona or Asura.
Ain't no either. There's plenty of possibilities that could happen.
If Robin's 18, at this point, with the way they be spelling out stuff on this show, if anybody is age matches, first of all, if they tell you somebody age, first of all, you need to be worried. Second of all, if the person's age matches up perfectly to them fucking kids in there.
Read the comments.
Robin should be fully human, or Maru would have sensed it. But we haven't. The first time Maru ran up on him, he was beating his ass.
On Robin?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was beating his ass, and he would have beat his ass and sensed it.
Now I could give it to you to say why Maru when Maru touched, but Maru has to focus to Maru touch. Maru was like, "I'm finna get in their ass."
Calm down.
No, like. Just because But okay, so in where we currently are in the series, has Maru mentioned being able to sense those creatures yet? He don't say that until after.
Yes,
he said it in the show.
Yeah, actually, Spider Demon. How did you know he was? How would you know he was on the second floor? Explain it. He sensed it.
Okay. I give it to y'all. But what if Asura's not really one of them? Because Asura different.
That is true. Asura is obviously different. That's why I was like, I feel like Asura was the first child that came from Meena, because like majority of whatever Meena is dispersing throughout these other kids, because Asura is obviously different. I said, bitch, not this alien, y'all just okay. Y'all just fine.
Right.
This boy walking around looking.
But if it's not an alien, it's the demon DNA, right? From the demon in the cave.
But that's what it would either be, that or whatever Meena's bringing to the table.
I think it's demon blood plus Meena. I think it's demon blood.
Oh, nah, I'm glad you ain't here gathering this girl.
We don't know everything about what Maru can sense, but we finna be gagged. If Robin is Asura, because Asura technically dead and invisible.
I'm just saying.
First of all, this Asura is the only one we've seen who can be like invisible-ish or whatever the fuck he got going on. Because he made everybody invisible on the cameras. And if Asura was the invisible that ate Haruki.
Well, I'm thinking that because everything related to the manipulation of these kids has been technical. Asura does have the ability for himself to like turn translucent or whatever, disappear, but I don't know if he does that to other people. I think that's why I'm
right.
Like,
so
really
what if Asura is that? So what if Asura was the one that ate Haruki?
If Asura was the one that ate Haruki.
Remember the monster that ate Haruki went invisible.
That's true. But that was a different kind of invisible. Asura never went invisible. Asura just like faded, like a movie went off. Asura just turned translucent. This thing had a little shimmery, invisible cloak thing.
It did not have no shimmery. It was definitely giving Harry Potter invisibility cloak. It was definitely giving Harry Potter invisibility.
Oh yeah, that's not like shimmering like glitter, but like you could see a visage of the invisibility. Like you could see it, the light move off of it or whatever. Because that's how Hiroki saw it while it was invisible in his little telescope. Asura didn't have none of that. Asura just went away.
The way I so want Robin to be Asura, y'all don't even understand. I need this gag. Because we don't even understand what Asura. I'm gonna go back and watch, and I'm just gonna take notes every time Asura doing some shady shit.
Then you
Asura shady.
Like you call me as you doing this, so I can try to disprove it in the moment.
You trying to act like Asura don't be pulling on these kids saying shady stuff?
No way.
Asura be pulling up all them to my son.
What do you do good?
Bitch, what do you do? So it's like, because all I see, you don't be in here doing nothing, really.
That is hilarious. I'm so mad at you painting Asura in this light for no reason.
Because Asura is shady. Them first two babies that come out right. So who is Robin in?
No, we really
either Robin is the transplanted brain of one of them psycho people, one of the sperm donors that we just never met. But at this point, the story has gone so far, and we haven't heard anything about these original donors. So maybe they weren't psycho. It just seemed weird. We wouldn't heard anything about them at this point.
Well, we just did. So, this is very fresh too. So I feel like I really want to know how much longer we got in this whole thing, because it really felt like when I was reading the manga, I was like, oh, it's only 55 chapters. Oh, this must be like a quick little story. And then I get to it and I realize it's not the end. I really thought this was going to be wrapped up and I would have all my questions answered. I'm still distraught over that. But since we're still on this crazy ride, I don't know. I just feel like they got a lot more room to be able to tie a lot of this stuff up. I don't believe Robin's gonna be a Sora. I feel like he's gonna have his own thing altogether when it comes to his main goal, and that ties into why Kiriko had to die, because we still don't know that. We just got what seems to be confirmation that he was the one that did it. We just don't know why, because that's still a mystery. Like,
okay,
why would
you can say that, but the way Robin looked when he was asking if Mimi Hime was still alive, that seemed like somebody who knew Mimi Hime. That's all I'm gonna say. The way Robin, when he was like, "Oh, that patient that Dr. Usami was taking care of, is she still alive?"
Yeah, right.
And then she was like, "No, she passed away." And he was like, "Oh, like he seemed like they just feel like somebody who might have known that person."
But didn't they speak on how that happened, or didn't he ask why? Didn't they say something to the effect of they bumped into each other or something?
Who?
I'm trying to remember how Robin and Usami met.
He said he followed Usami for 3 years. I think he said he was with him for 3 years. He was with Usami for 3 years, and it's just, and then also that means that Robin was with he was with the doctor who he was with, we know was the caretaker of the kids, right? He became like a father to those kids. So like Robin was with him as well, which is also a sign that he must be related to the facility in some way if he was with him. Possibly. Not necessarily that guarantees he was a student or one of the kids, but I mean
that was
he just seemed to be
the one that was with the doctor that picks up the babies after the.
Yeah, that was the one who Kiriko then was with. Yeah.
Got it, yeah.
Yeah, and Robin was with them. Having Robin or Kiriko's past links to the academy look like too big of a coincidence, but it just feels like this is there's too many coincidences right now for it to be any other theory. Like, first of all, can we really talk about how is Kiriko Maru's bodyguard? Have you seen anything to you that makes you feel like Maru needs bodyguard?
Oh, right. That's that. I mean, he has been successfully saved by her.
I'm not saying she can't save him with the gun, but I'm just saying Maru don't strike me as.
I think it was just a precautionary thing. Like, for whatever reason the director has to get this syringe over to Yamado or Maru's brother, whatever reason it is, she wanted to make sure it absolutely happened. That's why she did it on her dying breath, on her deathbed. She gave that gun to Maru. I want to say just as a precaution, as an extra safety net to get him there. We got to figure out what that reason is, though, and what's going on with.
And I feel like also it's just in case he like dies or turns, he can be put down. I really feel like she wanted somebody to be with him to put his ass down.
But he can do that on his own with his hands. Why he
can't put his own self down?
Oh, you're talking about Maru.
Yeah, I thought put Maru down. No, I think it's more so to put Maru down.
Yeah, because you did drop this whole he's gonna turn into a Haruki and.
I mean, well, just if she was the director and she knew that these kids had the potential to turn into these monsters if they died, and she know he one of them possibly. She might have thought his power was useful, to her. It's useful. But, like, also, if he died, then he's going to turn into a fucking monster. But she didn't seem too concerned about herself dying. Huh?
So, which one? So, we know that Maru is the one that had the circle on his foot, right?
Yeah. Which is, I think it's our Maru, right?
So, but, like, since they mixed up the babies and we still don't have confirmation which is which, what's the difference between the babies? The difference between the babies is one was made of the normal way that the kids are made.
Yeah, one's a clone.
And then the other one, no.
It's a clone.
No. The clone. So that's what I'm trying to get to. So one of the babies was made between Kona and Tokyo, which was never before done.
Right.
And then there was a clone made of that baby. So that clone baby was made the same way the other kids were made, so he's gonna be Haruki too.
That's what I don't know, because I think if you clone, it's literally the same genetic makeup, basically. So it shouldn't have that issue. Technically, it shouldn't, because it would be the same DNA makeup if it's a clone. But we know Maru is the circle baby, because Maru.
But we just don't know whether he's the clone. That's what because I really want
to
know.
Yeah, we still don't know if he's the clone or he the real one, because.
Like, what is the difference? Why is that so big? Like, what is going to be like? Is it?
One can develop the disease, is what Luna's saying. I think the only difference is that one developed inside Meena and can develop the disease. Okay,
and
so they.
Gotcha. So Maru, if he is the baby that was technically Tokyo and Kona's child, he might be like completely disease intolerant or whatever.
Yeah.
You think that there's like his some formula of his blood or something too?
I don't know. Like, I just don't trust the direct. I just don't trust nothing she do. So I'd be like, is it something to kill him or cure him? Or is that the last ditch?
You know he's gonna do everything in his power to make that. That's his mission. That's his job right now. Is to.
But he's gonna have to learn something along the way that makes him feel like it's probably not a good idea. He just seemed like he's so willing to go with the plan. He has no idea. But I feel like he's gonna find out something along the way that's gonna make him be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do this. This is sketchy. Or is that DNA of that?
What'd you say? The DNA what?
I don't know. It's something weird. I just don't trust nothing she do. So
I was thinking, I was like, maybe that's like a whole theme type of situation, because there was at a point after that whole situation with Robin happened where she was like, I just want to, like, I don't want to think, I don't want to take in anything, I just want to take orders, like I just want to follow orders, like Maru. So that might be a thing for Maru to like or whatever, like if that's his order, that's his only mission, maybe he might have to overcome that, since she just believes that's his thing and she wants to like diminish herself to that. He's gonna have to overcome that. Maybe so. There might be.
Gonna have to become a dumb. Kiriko wants to be the sub now. I feel you, Kiriko. It's nice to not think about shit. And Maru, I want you to be the dominant one in the relationship. I want you to do all the thinking. So I don't know. I just feel like it's something weird.
Not ready. They're not ready.
I don't know. I just need Maru to touch Kiriko so I could just see if she's I just need them to touch. Don't get that boob.
Yeah, because every time we try to get to that boob, something goes on. He almost had
it. That's why I think something is up with the fact that every time he about to do it, it get in the. I be like, see, as soon as he touch her, but he was sense it though. He was sense the core, like y'all said. So I maybe not, but it just feel like
touched her bare skin before. Because ain't that the thing that no, because I don't think he touched. Meaning he made bare skin.
But he didn't sense that the hotel, the king of hotels, was one before he touched her. He didn't even know. It seemed like he didn't even know until he touched her.
Yeah, that one specifically was until he touched her. He was able to get in. So
yeah,
it ain't perfect. Even the spider, he had flashes. Okay.
Yeah, he had to like really. That's what I'm saying. He had to really focus, right, to like do it.
Yeah, it wasn't
so
until the later ones where it was like a lot more crisp, because we also saw that they, not all of them, but also Wild Beast, Hiroki girl, she had the ability to sniff them out too, but probably to an even greater extent.
They kind of get used to it, like as the more they do it. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I feel like he was sensitive. Kiriko was one, but the way they just want to let this man get this little squeeze in, I'd be like, what are y'all putting it on for?
Giving dingy. It's giving dingy tease.
Is it? But I feel like the way they paint Maru was. Did he? Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Okay.
Yeah, he got to it right on that toilet, and it was not what he wanted it to be.
I just feel like we need to let Maru get that little feel in.
Definitely, I feel like at this point he's deserving. Everybody else did it. You saw the way Genji came up and played juggle with it for like 2 minutes before he got socked.
Yeah, he was
that's how I knew he was going. That's how I knew he was going to kill Robin. I was like, did you see the way he punched the shit out of Juichi?
He's like, don't touch my woman. Yeah, he's like, don't touch my woman.
See, Maru, you 15, but you my dog, bro. Like when old Beast woman walked into that restaurant and she was like, she pissed me off, and she pissed me off, and she said that shit. She walked up and was like, let's fight. He was like, bitch, I'm eating. Can't you see me eating? I ain't got nothing. He was like, what if I punch her a couple times? I said, Maru, if you don't stand the fuck up,
Maru's about to get up. Stand up, Maru.
Because I was like that is really a nonchalant, but like really aggressive, like threatening ass. Like she was about to do that shit. Like she fully would have just grabbed her.
But she is so Goku coded.
Have you seen that video of that? I think it was I don't know if she was a stud or not, but it was this girl standing in the doorway with somebody else's mama, and somebody was recording, and she had her mama by the thing, and she was like, "This your mama?" And she just slapped her like several times, and it was for the person whose mama that was. That's what that gave me. What? And I got so mad all over again. Because I was like, I want somebody to send me a video slapping the shit out of my mama and send it to, oh, you are dead. It's fully taking energy. I'm never stopping until I'm coming for you.
They whipped it. I mean, but this character is definitely giving me Goku vibes for sure. Wasn't it giving Goku? Like, you're strong. I just want to fight.
Yeah. Fight junkie.
Like, no other real reason. Just like, I just want to fight you for no reason.
And I was trying. So, that just sends me right back on that circle of why Taka was like, you specifically, like, you're dangerous. You got to be put down. And so adamant on it. Was it because that person just wants to continuously fight Hiroki, no matter who it is? Like, if she eventually just snap and try to kill everybody that he cares about? Is that like what the thing is?
I figured he was trying to stop them from killing Anju. Is it Anju?
That big monster?
Yeah, I think he was just trying to stop.
To me, it didn't really feel like that, because I feel like he would have gave more of a reasoning for that. It kind of felt solely targeted to that person. I mean, actually, no. I'm gonna give.
It seemed like they had beef, but after yeah, because he was like, when he was like, you want to come with me? Yeah, because he was like, when you want to come with me to kill it or something like that, and he was like, yeah, and then it was kind of almost like, I'm gonna have to kill you now because you're trying to kill her. Like, maybe he have a hard time accepting that she really is gone, or she the monster.
So like, who is that? Is that Nao? That's her new name. Is that his wife? That couldn't be, right?
What was her new name? But it's the chick he always was with. The one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's her
so it's
name.
Okay. Yeah. So it's definitely her. And now that also makes sense why he would be the bird, and like that lady in the beginning was like, "Oh, this is my son." Like, that's kind of like what I feel like he thinks too, to some degree. Like, she's still in there. Like, I can't kill her because she's still in there. Which just shows so poetic that I feel like they would circle it back around to that lady trying to defend him. And like saying like, "Oh, my son is in there," you know, like that would be that's a beautiful circular moment. That like he had the same idea about her, and then this lady was defending him, like, "Oh, he's still," you know.
And so, I mean, and Maru and Kiriko been just going around nonchalantly killing our faves without us knowing. So this just fits right into it. Like, they really have.
Oh, I just thought of something sad. Sad.
What?
They were trying to figure out why the bird demon was hanging around that hotel. And if it's Taka, his daughter is with hotels. So maybe he thought he was looking for his daughter.
Oh. Oh.
That's so sad.
Why do they do this?
So sad.
That is so sad.
So sad. Because we've like gotten proof that they still come for their babies though. Because like I think the spider came because the baby was crying in the middle of the night. Like when they were like, "Oh, this baby cried for the first time in the middle of the night," and this fucking spider shows up. I think the spider was answering its baby's cries. And that's why it came.
The first time.
Yeah.
But the second time he was quiet, right? The second time he just showed up.
What you mean when they was fighting?
Like
no, they said the first time it attacked. Yeah, when they were telling the story, they were like, you left and the baby, like, we played with it, and then for the first time it was crying in the middle of the night, and then this fucking spider just showed up.
But that's what I'm saying. So the second time that the spider showed up at the house, the baby was asleep. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't crying until they got it up and was running away, right?
Oh, you talking about like when Kiriko them were there?
Yes.
No, I'm talking, but I'm talking about at that point, the spider was almost dead. I think he was crying because of the mom being gone. But like when they were telling Juichi like what happened, like why they left the original place they were in. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that she was responding to her baby crying because they made a point to say the baby had never cried before that.
Oh, right.
And then like when the baby cried, and it came in response to the baby's cry. And then maybe the second time, the baby was crying because it was upset that the mom was gone, I think. Because they like, well, it wasn't dead, but they had heard it. Like, even it wasn't,
Wait,
so I think we're just getting...
The spider... I'm looking at Lenard's comment. The spider didn't show up at the house. It was the baby using his ice powers. So the baby was using his ice powers. It was that the whole time the spider never... Oh, yeah, because they would have showed it, or like some kind of situation would have happened if it did.
Yeah, so the spider wasn't there the second time. It was just the baby crying and using his powers. But I think that because the mother had got hurt by Kiriko them, like they didn't kill it. They cut it in half. So some people have a theory that the two girls became one monster, and that's why the spider had two halves. Because they were like always together, that they became one, and they were still together even as a monster. So she was one half, and then the other girl was the other half. So that's what some people say.
Like, if that was like proven, because I'm sitting here like they did. Well, no, that probably wouldn't have meshed too, because Maru would have found something in that second half, right?
That's what I was thinking.
And like killed one of them, and then we would have been under the impression that it's dead. But then we find out that the other portion got away later. That's what I would hope to happen. But he's clearly stated that this didn't have really anything in it. So I don't know. Technically, that spider's still out there.
Yeah, technically the spider is, but I think I was just saying, like, I think it just proves that those, even when they're monsters to some degree, they do have a connect, like somehow for their own kids, they still would be, somehow they're still connected.
It's like the smiling
So that's
Titan.
What I was thinking, like.
Because the smiling Titan was the wife to Aaron's dad before he came to the island, and she was seeking him out. Like that's why she went directly to the house. So it was kind of like that. They transformed, but they still have some remnants of themselves. Yeah.
And that's why I was just thinking that was so sad. I was just like, oh, is that why Taka was hanging out at the hotel? He was trying to find his daughter, and he like left her at a hotel. I think he left her. Where did he leave her? But maybe he like knew of her being like with hotels or something, and I just thought that was interesting. That's sad. Very sad.
So Lenard said, "I'm loving Lenard in his comments."
Yes.
Shows in his comments, she said, "I think it was proximity to Maru. Woke up the baby's ice powers," which I kind of like. Okay, because if the baby maybe got a sense of Maru and didn't, just didn't know what to do with that, maybe that's what it was. But then she said the spider. I'm saying she a lot.
The spider was only Nanaki.
I was asking Lana if they want to try their pronouns, so I know how to refer to you.
Okay.
But yeah.
So wasn't Nanaki sick though? Because do we have any sign that Nanaki was sick?
I don't think in the story they specified. I don't think Juichi didn't say anything about one of them being sick in the anime or the manga. I don't think.
Yeah.
But I mean,
as far as we know, Nanaki wasn't sick, so I mean, we wouldn't have had any. I feel like that's kind of the gag, though. Like, if Nanaki turned, if they were killed supposedly healthy, she shouldn't have turned.
That's true, because you have. I feel like you have to have the disease and die in order for that to happen, right? To switch over.
Supposedly. But now we see if Taka really is the bird. He didn't have it.
Yeah, that's true. He died. Well, no, they didn't show anything related to it. Anyway, what didn't have no like half circle on the neck that we didn't see or something?
Nothing. They would have made sure we saw it too. I like with the way they tell stories and make sure like they knit those little. I feel like they would have shown something or someone in the telling of the story. We would have heard or seen something that was showing that he was sick. He would did a little something. He would have did a little cough, little wince or something. I don't know. I just feel like they would have gave us a sign that he was sick. And as far as we know, Taka wasn't sick and Nanaki wasn't. The window frames contain the word Nanaki in katakana in chapter 29 cover.
Right now.
The spider was only Nanaki evil. Probably did he say? I don't.
Oh my god, this spider looks so much more scarier in this manga. I'm just looking at it.
It
Oh Jesus.
Oh, so it says Nanaki in katakana. See, they just be telling you in the manga. They be like, "This little kid is this monster."
I mean, it's in Japanese on this, so I can't. It doesn't have an English translation on this, but I believe
he said it's in. But he said it's in katakana, so it wouldn't have been in English anyway.
There you go. Well, that's interesting. Hello. Now we get to.
So I'm just saying. I think that's what Shiro thinks. I think that's what Dr. Usami thinks, that they have to have the disease to turn. But I think we're gonna find out that this is not true
because he's no expert on that either.
He wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's no expert on that, to be honest. He's just probably speaking on his experiences or what he's seen.
But he would have had to run into somebody who got it in turn for him to know that, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's probably some kind of... There's something left in... Because let me think. With the amount of kids that they... I mean, honestly, at that point in time, it could be... He could have seen somebody. Because...
Yeah,
there's got to be.
He would have seen it happen to
right. But how long?
I mean, he didn't see Taka die unless he knew about Anzu, whatever her name, unless he knew about her just by word of mouth. Taka.
Oh, because I did see that. So Mimi Hime, you know, I know. Oma was looking.
Oma
was looking for Mimi Hime the entire time.
Oma had her in the basement. Yeah, he did have.
Exactly.
I forgot he had.
There was a moment we didn't get to see where they did reconnect in some way, shape, or form, and then she must have got sick, and then he just locked her in the basement. So once he saw that he was able to kill Oma, he was like, "Do that for Mimi Hime."
Which was also like, the more you like go back and look at it, it's just like so sad. It's like, oh, they kept Oma in the basement so she couldn't hurt anybody, and she could just.
But wait, one of her pieces of herself was still alive underneath the car, remember?
Yeah.
And that we never.
Which like we ain't even got no. I just know whoever wrote it. I just know he got so many gags for us coming. Just the way there's still stuff we haven't even.
I'm praying that if they somehow keep a piece of her alive somewhere or whatever, that they find a way to turn him back from Haruki. Like I don't know why it ate me up so much that I found out that was Oma, but she's so adorable, so cute, and I love that little section. I don't love that she got kidnapped. It was about to be trafficked, but I love the fact that she got them two people that was trying to traffic her when they took the mask off or the glasses off. That was.
I think maybe that's possibly what Robin's trying to figure out too. Not that he's good, but I think that's what he's trying to figure out.
How to turn him back?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Like if I find a human body host, because you got to think of like what we know of Robin's experiment. Seemed like he was cutting off limbs. From what I see, it looked like he was cutting off limbs, like they were saying Dr. Usami was doing, cutting off limbs. But he wasn't giving them like prosthetics like Dr. Usami was or anything. He seemed like he had it connected to some Haruko material mass. Now we did have that one guy, which this happened in the anime, where he said if you have a piece of one of the monsters and you implanted on yourself, you can live forever.
But he was trying to go to Usami for that, though.
But see, Usami, and that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of these doctors are getting these, like doctors who they're getting the, like bad reputation that they're doing this, but it's really robbing. Yeah. Because both of the doctors who he was with, people were saying like he's doing this weird shit with people and
the doctors that he was with. You're right.
When you finally run into them, they're like, bitch, I was being here trying to save lives. Like, I be
right.
This doing and like what? I'm just like trying to combining. He's what? Like, I'm just trying to save kids. Yeah, he was like, I just saw some kids dying, and I was like, I could save somebody, so I just did it. So it's like, this is clearly Robin doing this. This Robin is the one who always was doing it.
Yeah.
But like, and then you would have to say why, because the person's mind was completely gone. So I'm like, maybe that's what he's trying to figure out how to do.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like in a good. I just can't believe there's a world.
I think this is him being crazy as fuck, or whoever's in his mind trying to advance whatever researches they were trying to do back in heaven that they're trying to accomplish now. I'm definitely on the board of possibly him being a new brain in his body, or that he's always been. It's either one of those. I'm fully down to believe. You don't have me on the Asura thing, but these two things when it comes to Robin and that whole ancestral tree thing, I'm kind of on the board with all of them. This one probably being the most that I'm like, I see this.
I'm gonna go look at that tree. I'm gonna go look at that family tree too.
I need to see when you do send that to me, like send it to me on Instagram or Discord or something, like a screenshot, just so I can look at it too again, because I'm not picturing it in my head and I'm not finding it now. Because I was trying to look for it. Mentioned it.
Let me go find. I probably could find it. Oh, let me see in the manga, because I was reading it. It should be here. I don't know. Not Amazon, but I will try to find it and I will try to post. I'm gonna put it in the Discord.
Okay.
And I might be able to find it, but yeah, I don't know if he is. Oh, that would just be. Oh my god. I just, there's some part of me that just want to believe Robin is Kona or Sura. I just can't figure out any other person that Robin could be. I just can't figure out. It just doesn't.
I don't want him to be nobody. I want them to just prove he's always been a sick FUCK, and they give Maru 5 minutes with him in the bathroom. Just 5 minutes. That's all.
I feel like Asura is like, for you, you're like totally team Asura. I don't like nothing about Asura.
I don't. The only thing I just want to know is what he realized his purpose was. That's just what I want to know. And to be honest, I am down for him leading Shiro and Mimihime together because I just love them now. So I'm like, thank you for that. And
right.
And Kona in Tokyo is still to be determined, but I don't know. Something about Ashura I just want to be good. I want him to be fighting for the advancement. Or to shine a light on the bullshit, because remember when Taro died, he was telling Tokyo to get the hell out of here. This place is dangerous. So maybe it could be Asura, who is also of that same wavelength, but just has more means to expose them or do whatever he needs to do to benefit the kids and not the facility. That's what I'm hoping.
Okay.
And if he's Robin, I quit watching. I'm not reading no more. I'm gonna stop at that moment.
What? That's why they gonna wait. You see, and the name of this story is Heavenly Delusion. See, you're going through the same experience that Lucy went through. You're looking at Asura through the painted eyes of Kona ass, and we ain't learned nothing from Kiriko. When you meet your heroes, they be terrible. So I can admit when something looks a certain way, and it does look like that. Absolutely. Am I giving up on it now? We've only experienced Asura through Kona's eyes, who was a child.
That was my whole argument for Robert. Okay. Robin. Right.
So I'm just saying, just watch yourself, because this.
Okay, Dale, you turn the tables. I see you.
I turn the tables. But yes, it's been 2 hours. I feel like there's so much more to say. I absolutely love this show. So what do you give the season? I mean, let's just give our ratings, because I will say my only gripe with the season finale is y'all should change that ending song up for the tone of what all the shit we just went through. I feel like that ending definitely was.
That's a good point. I'm not gonna lie.
A little peppy.
Without jumping directly into the manga, just the finale, series finale zone, I was a little underwhelmed. I was a little underwhelmed. That's why I had to go onto the manga and read it like immediately, just because I was like, "That's it. That's all you gonna give me? Okay,
right,
all right."
But there really is no good stopping point, right? Where they had to stop it.
Well,
I feel like there's really no good.
I know. I think I had that exact thing in my head. There's something happened after where we ended in the anime and where we picked up in the manga, where I was like, they should have stopped here. So now I want to go back and find it. I should have took notes on that. Dang. Okay. Thunder.
Would it have given us more episodes, or you think they could have wrapped it up in that
just in an information drop that I was like, why didn't they put in there? I'm trying to go back. What was that, like 36? Is that where we are in the manga?
I think it ended like 35, maybe 36.
35. Takahara Academy. Okay, yeah, because this is the first time I saw Meena. I was like, bitch, what? Hold on, let me skip.
Meena-san, konnichiwa. That's all I think every time I hear Meena. So I'm like, she's definitely a collective, because that's what Meena means.
And look at her. Titties all out. The stomach isn't even as pronounced in the anime. Because, that's a big old robot belly right there.
That's why I was like, boy, she's like a queen bee. It's giving queen bee for sure.
Okay, so I think I'm at the episode. They're trying. Nope, this is when the great disaster happens. Danger, danger. Mix up the babies. I'm probably not going to find this until after we're done. Okay, so they just found the wall. They just got through the wall. Let me skip to 38.
I'm just trying to think. I can't remember of a point where it'll be good to end, right? I'm just trying to think.
That's the only reason I'm looking.
I feel like with the Robin story, I feel like where they ended with Robin was fine. Like they wrapped up what we've known so far with him. But I can't remember where they went next. I think we cut to like the kids out in their tacos on the boats.
In the manga, after the thing with the with Tokyo unleashing the powers, because that's where we left off in the anime, right? Tokyo unleashed the powers, and we never went to that time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that might have been what I wanted to see, was the whole exchange between them being with the director.
Oh, when she was like, transplant me. But see,
yeah, I think that's what it was.
I mean, that could have been a little bit of a cliffhanger. She was like, transplant me now, and then it just like cut off, and then we kind of see something. I wish it was just more of a, instead of the like happy-go-lucky, we're in the van scene, which they added in to like in the season. Like they added that and played the music, which I think was tone deaf. I would have much more preferred to see like that, like director panicking, because they just kind of flashed and we never saw the outcome of it. We like in the anime, we don't know that she's stuck and still alive on Tokyo's body, because it was just a light and then that's it.
Right.
So they could have just like let us get there.
I wanted it.
Yeah, they could have just like let us see that.
And then I was fine with them being on the boat and then seeing that humongous city,
Yeah, I mean I'm okay with where they left the kids who left. Like they saw the city. I'm okay with the Robin thing. I just want with Tokyo them. I wish they would have, instead of that happy-go-lucky van scene between Maru and Kiriko, which I feel like did not fit the tone. I wish they would have just did something like show the director say implant me now, like, and just leave us there. Like,
but we didn't know what the implant, what she actually meant until we got the second flashback to that scene.
Yeah, but could you imagine if we didn't read the manga and then left there, we would just be like, oh my God, who is she gonna be implanted into? What is she talking about?
I'm agreeing.
Like we would have just been like, yeah, like I hated that van scene.
I wish they would have replaced it with that. And I think that was after I watched it, I was like, man, they should have cut it here. Like after she did that. Yeah, we're on the same page.
Yeah, because that shit was not the move. I was like, y'all really gonna keep this poppy ass music on here? And I know y'all know better. So I don't know. But I'm losing my sunlight.
Yeah. Are you gonna be watching this as it comes out weekly, or are you gonna, now that you caught up?
Of course. Of course.
You are?
Of course. Yeah. So what are we gonna watch next? I'm like, dang, is anything else out now? I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen starts in like 2 weeks, I think. It's like 14 days.
Definitely gonna be on that.
So we will be watching that. Is there anything else we've been? I think that's it, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot
as
far
as what we both watched.
Hell's Paradise come out? A new episode?
But are we at the season finale yet? Because I figured we just talked about it after the season was done.
Oh, is that where we are? Finale levels?
We should be close though.
I feel like
close. Lanai said, I think they should have shown the cliffhanger about Michika and maybe something more about Mimi Hime and the others being rescued by Aoshima. Yeah. Project Noah.
Yeah. She was like, oops, I just thought about it.
Right. So we will be talking about Jujutsu Kaisen and in the next couple months. I still don't know what my schedule is going to be like because I'm getting ready for DreamCon still and doing all sorts of things. But thank you, Lanai, for hanging out. We enjoyed your input on this because we nerd out about this show. And as you can see, it's just getting darker by the second. But we will see y'all hopefully next week. Well, I don't know. We might not even have nothing to talk about. I guess we're talking about Hell's Paradise next week. So we'll see y'all next week. And anything else? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to keep it cute. And I'm going to end the stream if I can find what I'm supposed to be pressing to end the stream. Once again.
Bye.